One more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dread. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up all the mail. They gon' turn around and do this thing they do like there you go.
Great morning, everybody. Coaching Beyond with Coach Sagasta, and this is No Sugar in My Coffee, man. I appreciate you guys for being on, taking the time out of your day to be with me. There's nothing more exciting than today, my friend, because you have 24 hours, and that's it, man. That is absolutely it. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait for 2017. I'm excited for the great things that are about to happen, the great things that are bestowing so far, like the front running of everything that's happening. Definitely, man. I'm gonna take a moment, definitely, man, as we only have 24 hours. So I want to definitely get engaged. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes, answer some questions. If you have any questions for me, definitely I'd like to engage and answer the best questions I possibly can. So, does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? I definitely want to get engaged at this moment. You got about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes, man. Definitely. I don't mind doing that. I appreciate you guys being on, most definitely. Yeah, definitely. No, absolutely, man. I appreciate that, most definitely. How you doing now? Awesome. Yeah, great. Well, nonetheless, my name is Coach Frank Sagasta, and this is my morning show, No Sugar in My Coffee. I appreciate you guys for being on. I thought you were and you almost got it right, though. You almost got it right there, for sure. I definitely appreciate you guys being on. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this, man. If you've seen the title is "Curiosity Killed the Cat," right? I mean, a lot of people have heard that term. Okay, a lot of people have absolutely heard that term, and we're gonna get into that here shortly. I want to definitely express some things to you, but let's go ahead and get into the proverb before we start anything, man. Let's get into the proverb because this is something so eloquent for you, and I want to definitely just engage in this. So, in Proverbs chapter 30, because we're in the 30th day of December, which means you only got one more day, 24 hours, and the 2016 is done, absolutely over. Okay, and so listen here in verse 30. Okay, chapter 30 of verse 30 of the proverb says, "The lion which is the strongest among beasts, and turn it not away for any." Like, that's courageous. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to have that in anything and everything that you want to do in life. And so we're gonna get into this, man, because something that something that really intrigued me last night. I got done interviewing. We had minutes with Coach, and I had a guest on, and I was really engaged on stopping by the library, but I had to stop. I had to take a time out, man. Took a time out. Me and my son, we got engaged in playing Madden. And yes, he did beat me. It's been a while since I played, but he beat me. And I wanted to definitely engage with him. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the part of being a father. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a time out of everything that you do and get engaged with your family. And so we went to the library yesterday. And as I was walking through the library, my son was very curious. He was looking at a lot of people on the computers. And then he went off and found his own book and stuff like that. But, one of the things that captivated me was a book, and a lot of people have probably read this book, but it's a very simple book. You might have seen it when you were a kid, but it's Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. Green Eggs and Ham. I know a lot of people have read that book, but a lot of people are missing the moral of it, missing the point of it. And I'm gonna get into that here shortly because it's so moving when you think about this simple book that you probably read when you were in elementary, or maybe your mother read it to you when you were a kid growing up. But the moral behind it. And another book that I had to read when I was in high school, and literally I wasn't very good at reading. In fact, I remember a distinct time kicking the door because I was so mad. I was so frustrated that the teacher elected me to go up in front of the class and read a section out of Mark Twain's book, the Huckleberry Finn. I was so frustrated. I had to read in front of 30 other kids, and I didn't like that, man. And I bursted out in anger and frustration and deprived because I never had no structure, nobody to teach me how to read. And so I bursted out of there, you know. But what I'm saying is there's a moral in that story in itself too. And for a lot of people, it's the simple things, it's the details, the simple things, the simplicity of what kills the cat. You know, that curiosity that has killed the cat. And a lot of it, the curiosity is a lot of people don't want to look under the hood. I can definitely, man, I will express to you, when I started my journey in learning, one of the things I did before taking my Jeep, I love Jeep, man. I'm a Jeep enthusiast. I really appreciate Jeep. And for those that don't know, Jeep has been around a long time. But you know, and if you don't know, but the 7 slots that you see on the front of a Jeep, you heard this from me. You might have heard it from Chrysler, but it represents the 7 continents that Jeep has been on. And that's why you see 7 slots in front of a Jeep. So just something worthy to express to you. But I love Jeep so much that when I had my Jeep, I was my mechanic. I never took mechanics in school. Didn't know much about it. But I bought the book and I started learning how to fix my own vehicle. You get what I'm saying? So curiosity didn't kill this cat. If anything, I looked under the hood and I got engaged. And the same thing when I went out hiking. You get what I'm saying? Like in the verse, it says, a lion which is the strongest among beasts and turn not away for any. Like the lion has the heart, the courage, the confidence, the boldness to go about anywhere he wants to go. He's going to roam free. You get what I'm saying? Like this is where you have to be. And what I'm gonna get back to those 2 books I mentioned here, but you have to have that in life. And one of the things I believe with all my heart is that faith and value. That faith and value are the compass. You know, that faith and value, that system that you set up for yourself is the compass for where you're going to go in life. Be absolutely noble-minded, be absolutely noble-hearted. Just have the courage, have that courage and the courageous steps to go forward. You know, and one thing I'll go back to those books now because I want you to definitely understand that in the moral book, in that moral book of Huckleberry Finn, you noticed, if anybody has remembered that book, I remember distinctly when I first started dating my wife, like I had to sit down and watch old black and white movies with my mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? God bless my mother-in-law, but like my outlaw. But nonetheless, like we'd sit down and watch old movies. And like, so I definitely got more engaged. I got more of a love for Mark Twain. And that's why I bought his big old thick book, man. In fact, I'll show you guys a little later. But I actually bought his book. It's the 2-volume, 3-volume book. And they're about that thick. One of the greatest writers that ever lived. But that story and the characterization of this boy who was a liar, who was a thief, who was dishonest. But the moral of it is the embracing change of somebody's life. That he gave such love, such a compassion, such a value in life and in faith. And that same thing went with Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. Like that same moral, like everybody was like, yo, man, that little cat, he's trying to make everybody know. He was absolutely, the moral of the story wasn't just so much of his character of persistence and love and honesty, but it was more down the lines of his try something, try it, just try it, you might like it. And that goes to the same essence as being in that heart of a lion, having the courageous efforts. Stop allowing curiosity to kill you, my friend. Take the steps. Take the steps. You have 24 hours now, 24 hours to engage, to set a plan, a foundation, pour your concrete in, stick your rebar in there, and then finish it. You know what I'm saying? And make it solid. That's one of the things I've always admired when I worked construction, man. I always admired when I used to sit down and tie the rebar and tie it down. Man, I hurt my back doing that, but you know what? It brought value to it. Because without the rebar in there, it didn't matter what size the rebar was. It brought absolute value. The structure was not moving. You had to get down there with a jackhammer, or maybe you had to drill in there and then blow it up. That's the only way you were moving that structure. And so that ought to be the same desire, that same ambition, that same strength that you want for yourself for 2017. Listen, curiosity killed the cat. Be a lion, don't be a cat. Expose, find yourself, my friend. Find yourself doing phenomenal things for 2017 that you become phenomenal. You get what I'm saying? Like, I expressed this last night to one of my BU brothers, like, yo, you have to invest so much in you. Everybody right now is investing in everything else, but they're not investing in themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is your opportunity. Stop allowing curiosity to kill the cat. Yo, I appreciate you guys for being on. I thank you so much for spending this moment with me. And I can only hope that you definitely take everything that I've mentioned this year. You can always go to YouTube and find it, but you take one thing from this year and you use it for your life. I promise you. I promise. Why do I wear this shirt? That was one of the questions right now. Why do I wear this shirt? For most people that have been following me, I wear this shirt because I represent this shirt. I represent what Dr. Thomas implied to me back in 2010. I represent today, by God's loving grace and his open arms, I represent this shirt and I represent the brand. You get what I'm saying? I represent Kazan in the back. Shout out to my man, Philip Woods. I appreciate you for making all my shirts possible. Get www.getthat.com. He makes all my shirts possible. He's my manager. He's my friend. And I appreciate that man so much. He's definitely, he's been my alliance this whole year and is definitely engaged in so much. And I appreciate you, Philip Woods, if you're listening. But understand, when the question is asked, Coach, why do you wear Coach Thomas's stuff, is because that man pointed me in the right direction in 2010, and I have become to love and admire this man. He's been a mentor to me, and I appreciate that so much, so that, you know, I'll represent a great character like that, because he, my friend, is a lion. He's a lion. He's not allowed curiosity to kill that cat. He's a lion. So I thank you guys so much for being on. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Please, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be on a little later with Minutes with Coach. I got possibly 2 guests today. I thank you guys so much for being on. Have a great and beautiful day. And make Friday, that's right, it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, right? Make today great, but also make it somebody's day. Be a blessing to somebody today, all right? I'll see you guys later.